This is honestly a pretty bad map for Ra. Yeah, the wood's okay, but look at the gold.
Yeah, the gold is out in no man's land a little bit. Can probably
Yeah.
come forward and wall that left flank if he wants, but look at his secondary gold. His closest secondary gold is a kilometer away. I'll change it to kilometers just for you. Stone is on the front, second
Oh, we can do
tertiary.
miles. We can do miles. More miles, man.
Yeah, this is
I'm
a
a mile.
really, really tough map for him. What do you see on Mentalist side? I'll let you keep rolling with it.
Mensa's side, backward lines, two of them actually. In fact, but look at that back bore. Oh god, that's gonna require a loom bill. Or, which that sheep is there, very nicely located. Some immense sheep blocking.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not like
oh boy.
I have no confidence in myself. I think he's gonna send that sheep back.
The one
Let's
thing,
say,
the one thing that's nice about it is he'll be going uphill for the first part of the lure. But yeah, that sucks. That is a really crappy bore position. Definitely gonna need
probably
loom
be
for that.
okay.
I don't care how
Yeah,
good you are.
with loom. Fine. I think, yeah, he's gonna do loom for it. Yeah, that's a reasonable thing to do. The rest of the map though, backstone. That's okay. Not super important with Huns, but always can be nice to have a little bit of security if you need that.
Look at
Then
this.
gold near the berries like Raz, but it's on a little bit of a hill, but it isn't the end of the world. It's okay. Like, again, it can tower if it needs to. There is some flat ground nearby, so he wants to, he can TC the bottom of it. But that second gold again is not too far away, so we could see him TC the second gold with that woodline, and that'd be very nice for him to do so. It's okay. It's like the map's not too shabby. I would take this map over Raz, me personally. It has some walling options to the right as well with the cliffs are. So
Yeah, it looks like Mentalist did loom up and bring in that board. You're spot on with the map, so I totally agree. It's going to be an interesting game. That's the whole point. That's the whole reason that I love this game is that you have to adjust to like crazy variables sometimes. And Ra right now is going to have to adjust to some crazy variables. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Mentalist once again is going to be in on his opponent scouting first. Ra is pushing deer, and that's totally fine. He's not pushing deer beautifully. I've seen him kind of fumble around with them, but he's still doing better than me. But he is sacrificed in the first game and now in this game a lot of scouting. Mentalist is forward scouting and really getting a lot of information, which can influence what he does. You can see Ra's going to lumber camp the other side of that one wood line that he has. So Mentalist on both sides. Hey, CNB, thank you so much for the donation. Keep going, killer. Go, go, go. I will. Thanks very much. Appreciate that a lot. Yeah, so Milmano and I are here working through this game. Maybe Gloken can come join us next game since he's into casting a little bit right now. But yeah,
ooh,
yeah, that would be fun, right?
walking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
nice.
Glockster. Glock 9mm is what his friends call him, I think. He's a pretty
Really?
gangster
Nice.
fella, I would say. Barracks out on
Cool.
the front for Ra. Maybe a makeshift wall of some sort, or maybe he's going to surround that ugly gold pile with some military buildings to defend against later pressure. Oh, did you see Mentalist Vills? Mentalist had 3
Yeah,
Vills
he's going to move
forward.
forward, but he sees Ra's scout coming up. I love this decision by him. He decides to back off and then sort of like basically not be seen. Finish up the barracks though, maybe not in the best position because it's a little bit like in a bit of no man's land, honestly. But
Yeah.
it's okay. Like you'll probably loop round and then do the archer range in between those two tree lines, most likely.
So yeah,
That's
Mentalist is going to really twist the knife and probably, what do you think, drop a tower near this wood line, between this wood line and the stone? That's what I would do if I were him. But you know what? I'm kind of a noob. That's going to be really ugly. But Ra's going to have a stable down quickly. He will probably almost definitely go with scouts. 3 Vills power building that thing, so he's going to have it up. He gets onto Mentalist's side and finds that Mentalist is not taking any stone. So for now, I would imagine that Ra is not going to anticipate the forward that is coming his way. Unless he's really good at counting Vills very quickly. Mentalist is coming forward, does drop that archery range that you talked about, has a spear out. So he's ready to fight some scouts, and I would assume there's going to be some skirms on the way from that as well. Yep, some skirms coming now, and here comes that tower. Just
yeah, is that like
exactly
what you
where I
thought?
wanted it. I mean, we have the advantage of having Fog of War off. This is just a really nice decision from Mentalist in general. But yeah, he's going to have that tower up in a very beautiful spot. He'll probably start taking that stone on the back. Under the shadow of that tower, he can continue to screw with Ra. Rob coming forward with palisades, actually, to block those villagers in from what he anticipates being scouts. And that could really bite him in the ass because that tower is going to be up any second. And he's going to have skirms in that tower pressuring walled-in vills. That's annoying. He's going to have to delete
This
those walls.
Honestly, this doesn't make any sense as to why he did pass. Because he had a scout in mental space, right? And didn't see a barracks anywhere or any other military building. So you should know something doesn't add up. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, he scouted like most of Mentalist's base, and
Yeah.
those key areas where you expect barracks, and there wasn't anything. So
Yeah, it's a good
yeah,
point. And
he should have
Mentalist
seen one coming, and now he's lost 3 bills. Oh, that was
Mentalist
bad.
very wisely did not go to stone either until Ra left. So Ra did miss the boat, but Mentalist was not going to throw him a buoy. I don't know. I don't know anything about boats. Sorry, but Mentalist didn't send Vills to gold until Ra left. Which turns out to be a brilliant idea because he has enough stone to build another tower and continue to creep on his opponent. Ra will get a villager on the other side with his scouts, though no upgrades on those scouts yet. Mentalist has a spear in defense, but he needs more, and his barracks is so far away. He's sending another spear now. Mentalist is going to have to be careful there because if he loses those spears, he's going to have trouble reinforcing them. Vil's on the front. Oh, we're going to see a Vil die to a boar. I hope everybody's pumped about this. We will see a Vil. Oh, man, she survived on 2 health. Oh. Somewhere T90 is, he almost had a big smile on his face. Villagers taking the fight versus the scouts there from Ra. Mentalist is going to be just fine here pushing this way. We'll lose another Vil. Villager count is equal now. But Ra is sneaking those 2 Vils. That's worth noting. Those 2 Vils are kind of sneaking somewhere. They're going to eventually get to Mentalist base, I think. Ra's coming forward with more scouts, has 8 scouts now on the field, and it is still a big fight. One viewer's talking about you got to kick Milmano out. I can't do it. He brings the knowledge. Archery range on the front with 2 Vils there for Ra. Ra roaming around with 8 scouts. Those are all on full HP. And he's ready to hit this woodline, and this is actually going to be really effective. We talked about the barracks being so far away. I don't think Mentalist will be able to defend this very soon.
I just lost that to like getting a single hit. I got 1 hit off.
Yeah.
Wow, it's actually looking not too shabby for Ra. I mean, he's managed to at least trade off the bills. It's like 30 apiece, but the eco damage is huge on Ra right now. Like, so many like farms being knocked off. His woodline is now a disaster, really, as well. It's still looking really good for Mentalist. He just needs to start supplying more spears, though. He is now, which is good. He's getting a couple more in. If Ra doesn't concentrate, he's going to lose everything here. He's going to fight with the bills. He's going to lose a couple of bills, like Rinseless.
Yeah, so Mentalist is doing a conventional tower creep, but Ra is going to hit his opponent really hard. Mentalist just wasn't ready. That forward barracks kind of it caught him a little bit with his pants down, and Ra is still in this game. Now Ra plus 4 Vils. That's actually a pretty significant amount. But the stranglehold that Mentalist is putting on Ra's economy can't be understated. He's taken away his best woodline. He's creeping, he's taken away both of his stone piles, and he's creeping now around the horn. He's going to take away this woodline eventually. So Mentalist is going to continue to slowly whittle his opponent down. Ra is doing a little bit more of an in-your-face approach, and here he comes back to the woodline.
On Mentalist, like he's been harassing woodline all game. Like either tower the woodline or palisade it in. That's like 2 things you can do to stop the scouts doing so much damage. Or he's sending those spears in. Alright, they're gonna go down though eventually. But again, problem with this tower that Ra has made, by the way, on the left-hand side, is that yes, it's protected him somewhat, but look at this Mentalist. It's got all the stone to mine. Still, so he's got another tower behind this and just take him off wood again. Like.
Yep. He's gonna creep in very efficiently, like you said. He's gonna take this wood line away, and he's gonna come forward with the next tower and continue to take the other wood line away, and eventually maybe he'll even get to this main gold. So that's gonna be really tough. Ra's gonna have to take resources somewhere else. Right now he has 2 forward Vils that aren't doing anything. Ra has a archery range there, but just 2 units in it headed forward. So Mentalist rights the ship back at home for now. Ra is getting strangled a little bit, but he does have the villager advantage for the moment. All right, Milmano, who's leading this game? Who's winning right now?
Mentalist. He's still leading. Like, he's still in a good position, despite the shenanigans on his woodline. Like, what Mentalist really got to do, I think he's got enough stone to do so, maybe drop a tower in his own base, just on the woodline or something. Yeah. I do like this archer scum pick, because what it's going to do is it's going to start picking away, well, not just the scouts and the builds, but also on that spearman coming through from Mentalist to try and protect himself. So, this is where I'm like, get a tower. Yes, it might slow your own tower push, but... Oh,
man, he's going to drop another tower on Ra's woodline. Mentalist spending all of his stone forward, and yeah, he's getting annoyed a lot back at home with just 3 scouts, a spear, and an archer, and Ra's going to reinforce this with 2 more scouts. He's going to continue to build units in that archery range, so he's going to keep poking this open wound right now. Mentalist does have 4 spears now here, so he can take these scouts on, and he probably can tank enough of that arrow fire that Ra's going to need to leave. But yeah, I think a tower might have been an easier way to do it. But you know what? It's Mentalist's choice, and right now it is working out for him. He is winning the game. He's still taking over wood lines. Wood is going to be the limiting resource for Ra. Ra's going to head to the back area to take wood now. And that is going to be really his last bastion of hope. He could come to this side, but I think Mentalist would take that away as well. So Ra's going to take wood on the back. He's going to consolidate his army on the front, and he needs to continue to get good action in on on Mentalist. Mentalist will build a couple of scouts there in the back to try to protect himself. But this is a pretty big engagement here coming. This is important.
Stable's a good response. I was waiting to see when he's going to put that stable down, because that's sort of the next thing you do. Because he sort of skirms as well. That's actually basically called outright for this sort of thing to happen. What I would do.
Yeah.
Just get scouts going. Deals with everything. Because again, Bra's not on goals. He can't get bloodlines on the scouts. Still man fight these skirms with the Vills. It is committing a lot though, Mentalist. He needs to maybe think about
he's
disengaging a little bit here.
Although he's lost a lot of Vills, I've been looking at his wood line periodically. He's done a good job to cycle out the low HP Vills. So all of those Vills came off his wood line. They were all on full HP before this fight. This fight is a clusterfuck right now. It looks like Mentalist is going to clean this up for the most part. He does lose a Vill.
Only so many Vills, though.
Yeah, he's losing more Vills.
Why is he committing?
Those Vills don't need to be there anymore. They did their job. But he will eventually pull them back. And look at this. Those 3 Vills are sneaking in toward the main gold. So Ra's going to lose his main gold very soon. If Mentalist builds up enough stone for another tower, that is. For now, those Vills are just headed forward to hide in the fog of war. He's still fighting with Vills on the front that are going to get so... Oh, man. Look at Ra here. Ra's got a half dozen, maybe 7 scouts coming forward. He's going to grab all 4 of those Vills and the whole army from Mentalist. And for the moment, Mentalist is in trouble, and he calls GG. Incredibly effective tower creep from Mentalist, but not enough defense at home. And that's the same story as the last game.
Unbelievable.